This is not a helpless progression of the average individual. There's something we can do to fight it.
BYU researchers find that Alzheimer's may be somewhat preventable.
UTA will give you a free ride to the airport if you're catching a flight.
Happy Election Day, everyone. We have got a live interview coming for you about the changes in Utah County for ballot counting.
Welcome to UniverseLive. I'm Catherine Bennett.
And I'm Ali O'Rulian. It's Tuesday, November 2nd, Election Day. Voters in Utah County and across the state are headed to the polls to cast their votes.
Emily Roberts-Jones is live at the ballot drop-off box at the Provo Library. Emily, there are some changes in this election in Utah County.
That's right, you guys. I am here in Provo in front of the election drop-off box for your ballots. As you can see, we've got quite a bit of voter participation today. People are walking by, driving up, dropping their ballots off. I'm also here with Taylor Williams, who is the Chief Deputy Clerk of Utah County. Taylor, you were telling me earlier that we're counting the ballots a little differently this year.
Indeed we are. So we've expanded our ranked choice voting program that we started 2 years ago. 2 years ago we had Payson and Vineyard cities, and this year we've included Lehigh, Springville, and others.
Now, I've never heard of ranked choice voting. What exactly is that?
And that will be the same experience for many voters this year. So in a typical ballot, you're going to see that you get to choose one candidate, whichever candidate that you prefer. With a ranked choice ballot, you're actually going to rank all of the candidates in order of preference, top to bottom. This idea kind of comes innately to people. You say, hey, where are we going for lunch? We say, well, first off, I want to have a hamburger. If we can't agree on that, then maybe we want Italian food. If not, maybe we'll go get tacos. So we're taking the same idea of preference voting and we're applying it to candidates.
Now, that is a very interesting system. Why exactly are we doing this now?
There are lots of benefits. There's actually a cost savings for cities that use this. They don't have to have a primary election, so those taxpayer dollars can go back to the cities for how they want. That's a great thing in a fiscally conservative state like Utah. Second, we see that candidates tend to play a little bit nicer with each other. And voters, rather than voting against somebody out of fear that they don't want them in, they actually get to vote for people that they want in the order that they want them. And we also see that it solves the plurality problem, or this idea that the winner gets less than a majority vote. We saw that in the recent governor's race, and we're going to continue to see those types of benefits.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me today, Taylor. I'm going to be voting a little bit later, and you should too. This is Emily Roberts-Jones reporting live in Provo.
Thanks, Emily. And we love your shirt.
If you haven't voted yet, be sure to get your ballot in by 8 o'clock tonight. Election Day is here, and if you still haven't cast your vote, there is still time to do so. For help with any of your voting questions, go to vote.utah.gov. The website will show you how you can vote, either by mail or in person. You can also track your ballot, learn about the candidates and issues, find your registration information, register to vote, and update your registration or mailing address. Simply enter in your address and the website will give you personalized information based on where you live. You can also drop off your ballot at the Provo Town Center Mall and at the City Library, or vote at the Utah County Health and Justice Building.
The Utah Independent Redistricting Commission presents new district maps for Congress. Every 10 years, the legislature uses data from the census to determine the sizes of Utah's state Senate, state House of Representatives, and the state Board of Education districts. Redistricting ensures that there is an equal amount of voters in each district and they are equally represented. The legislature will consider the Independent Redistricting Commission's feedback and seek opinions from the public before making a final decision on the new boundaries.
Two friends leave Costco with more than just free samples. Take a look at the two men in this picture. The Orem police are asking for help identifying these men. Police say the two men stole a cart, a woman's purse, and an armful of churros from the Costco in Orem. Police say the men then went on a shopping spree around town to Walmart, Target, and the Home Depot in Linden. The man wearing a two-toned blue shirt is suspected of using the stolen credit card to buy Halloween candy, while his friend helped him out by distracting the self-checkout cashier. The two were seen leaving in a gray Hyundai SUV.
A suspect in a string of car burglaries is caught on camera dumping gum into his mouth. Check out this video. This is dash camera footage from one of the cars that was broken into. The suspect can be clearly seen searching the car and taking a swig of gum. As he's looking around the car, the suspect's face is in full view. So Bountiful police have a clear picture of the suspect. People are already commenting on similar situations happening in other cities. And others think they even saw the same man looking into other cars.
A team of BYU researchers have found new insight into how metabolism impacts the likelihood of getting Alzheimer's. Kelsey May Neild is in the studio. Kelsey, what did the researchers find?
According to the Alzheimer's Association, more than 6 million Americans are living with Alzheimer's. It's a growing health concern with many people searching for a solution. Researchers here at BYU have some new insight into the disease.
Here in the Life Sciences building is where Associate Professor Dr. Bickman and grad student Erin Sato are researching how the brain is impacted by its ability to break down glucose. This study found that the brain over time can become resistant to insulin, making it harder for the brain to break down glucose and fuel itself.
Because of this brain starvation, your brain kind of degenerates, and that's what leads to cognitive decline.
Through the observation of brain tissues from deceased Alzheimer's patients, they found that the genes used to break down glucose were compromised in those diagnosed with the disease.
In our study, we kind of investigated the molecular mechanisms of this to see if this kind of phenomenon is observable at the level of gene expression.
The impact of this research means that doctors can potentially detect the disease in people in their 20s and help to prevent it.
In fact, helps us detect the problem much sooner, and it helps us treat it a little better.
Dr. Bickman says the best two ways to fill the gap of glucose breakdown is by boosting the brain's second energy source, ketones, or by maintaining insulin levels.
Nowadays, we're living in a state of chronically elevated insulin. And ironically or paradoxically, too much insulin can cause insulin resistance.
Insulin levels can be managed by limited added sugars and starches in your diet. One interesting finding that stood out to Dr. Bickman is the benefits from regular fasting to increase ketone levels.
And I think it's quite interesting that this is a part of our culture, certainly here at BYU, that we've long embraced.
It seems that there are hidden health benefits to religious fasting for members of the Church of Jesus Christ.
What these BYU researchers have found is a huge contribution to the study of Alzheimer's. They hope that their research can go on to help patients and the medical community. Reporting for UniverseLive, I'm Kelsey May Neild.
Thanks, Kelsey.
You can get a free ride to the airport just in time for your holidays flight. From now until January 31st, 2022, any traveler with a boarding pass can ride to the airport on the bus, TRAX, and Frontrunner to the new TRAX airport station for free. The new station is located just outside of the new terminal. The free ride is only valid on the date found on your plane ticket. Riders can easily travel between Provo and Ogden and ride the TRAX Green Line to or from the airport. And don't forget that Frontrunner doesn't operate on Sundays.
Even though the Salt Lake Temple is still under construction, Temple Square will continue its phased reopening.
More light.
The reopening began in June, and while some activities may not be available for a while, adjustments will be made to ensure a safe experience for visitors. The conference center was the first to open, and now tours will be available, as well as the Assembly Hall, Tabernacle, and the Family History Library, to name a few.
BYU observes Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead.
It's both spiritual and cultural.
We'll show you how the Provo community is celebrating its ancestors.
A BYU running back is receiving national recognition.
Pistol snap, Hall, handoff Algier. Algier drives his way in for 6.
Hear what honors Algier received after his big game on Saturday.
Excuse me, man. Would you like to have my seat?
A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Get along on down the road. We got a long, long way to go. Scared to live, scared to die. We ain't perfect, but we try. Get along while we can. Always give love the upper hand. Paint a wall, learn to dance. Call your mom, buy a boat, sing a song, make a friend. Can't we all get along?
Today is Dia de los Muertos. I don't speak Spanish. Day of the Dead. Celebrations are happening today and tomorrow.
UniverseLive reporter Abby Gunderson found out how BYU students are celebrating.
I'm here in Provo, Utah, where this season has quickly shifted from Halloween to Dia de los Muertos. People are here with families and friends celebrating culture, tradition, and of course, family. Provo is known for being a cultural bubble, but Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead, is a great opportunity to learn about other cultures.
I'm also a Spanish teacher, so culture is very important for me, and to be able to also help other people to understand why do we do it.
As a native Guatemalan and a teacher, Lunt feels that cultural connections are the key to understanding.
Our students, we brought them here so they can see how that it's a happy event, even though they're on the other side, but we know they're with us, and they know that we think about them.
Vilma Tsepp Lunt is sharing her culture with her Spanish students from Lehigh High School.
I would like them to understand that it's a sacred tradition, a sacred culture, where we think about our dead.
Rita Cortez hopes students will try to learn more about their ancestors. For her, cultural understanding and family ties are the most important takeaway.
And so that's what I hope that they take from this, that they, reach out in love to their ancestors and do something special for them, get to know them, even have a picture of them,
Cortez and many others feel Day of the Dead is a special chance to connect with lost loved ones.
For anyone who has family, it resonates with you because we love them, and when they're gone, we miss them, and we want to remember them.
After what's been a hard year for many people, Cortez feels that connection is a powerful lifeline. If you missed yesterday, don't worry, you can still celebrate today. Reporting in Provo with UniverseLive, I'm Abby Gunderson.
Thanks, Abby.
A new personal branding course is helping BYU student athletes understand what opportunities are available to them now and how to achieve a long-term career success. BYU Athletics made headlines with name, image, and likeness deals made for the football team and all-female athletes. Now the Marriott School of Business is helping those athletes make wise choices for the future. The course is designed to show the athletes how to keep that momentum going and build their personal brand. BYU football had quite the high-scoring game on Saturday, and Tanner Lewis is here to tell us about it. Tanner?
They sure did, Allie. And yes, it was a high-scoring game with one Cougar receiving recognition for his performance. Sophomore running back Tyler Algier is getting more national attention after a 5-touchdown game versus Virginia. Algier was named Independent Offensive Player of the Week by College Sports Madness, an honorable mention by College Football Performance Awards, and 9th top performing player of the week according to College Game Day's Kirk Herbstreit. Algier and the Cougars will face Idaho State this Saturday at 1:30 p.m. on BYU TV. Over the weekend, the men's and women's cross-country teams swept the WCC championships. Connor Mance took first as the Cougars earned their 7th consecutive WCC championship. Whitney Orton took first on the women's side as the team earned their 4th consecutive WCC championship. Both the men and the women are preparing for the Mountain Regional, which will take place in Provo on Friday, November 12th. Cougar fans, it's time. Basketball is back. BYU women's basketball had their blue and white scrimmage last Thursday to start out their season. They were picked to win the WCC this year in head coach Jeff Judkin's 21st season. BYU center Sarah Hampton was added as one of the 20 candidates to the watch list of the Lisa Leslie Award. The Cougars host Westminster in an exhibition game this Thursday in the Marriott Center at 2 p.m. The BYU men's basketball team showed out in their blue and white scrimmage on Friday. They were picked to finish second in the preseason in the WCC poll. Alex Barcelo and Caleb Lohner were named to the All-WCC preseason team. BYU had 5 returning players from last season and 9 new players fighting for their time on the court. The Cougs kick off the season this Thursday with an exhibition game against Colorado Christian in the Marriott Center at 7 p.m. following the women's game. I'm excited for those games.
Basketball is my favorite sport to watch, so I just can't wait. Police officers in Florida go beyond the call of duty to help a nearly 100-year-old woman.
Lake Walls police partnered with Home Depot to get Ardella Green's landscaping in tip-top shape. Green was born in 1923, living through the Great Depression and many a hurricane. Her home has survived over 100 years of Florida's severe weather. Green says the police department is doing God's work and she's thankful for it. Thanks for joining us today for UniverseLive. For more information on our stories or to share them with your friends, check out our website at universe.byu.edu.
Have a great day. I'm excited for basketball.